Christian.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Yourself?
Good, good.
Man.
3 days away.
Mm-hmm.
How's the body? How's the mind? How you doing?
Yeah, everything's well. We came out an extra time early just to custom myself to the altitude, to the time difference. Just so when it comes to this point now, especially with the weight cut, you don't want to be in a bad place mentally before that because it's bad enough on its own. So, yeah, we came out early, did some extra preparation. So, yeah, everything's in order, man. Everything's well.
Is this the first time you're going to be fighting in Vegas?
My first time fighting in the States, completely.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
how's that?
Yeah, man, it's a new experience. Obviously, the flight here, the time difference. But yeah, being here in Vegas, you see it on the TV growing up, on all the movies, but being here is a complete different feeling. But yeah, man, I'm excited.
And you'll probably have a different feeling after the fight on Saturday, of course, right? After actually going through with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
UFC debut. Obviously, it was a big fight. It was a big moment for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got the win, but ultimately it was an injury. So, did it still feel special?
Yeah, the whole build-up, the whole week leading up to the fight, behind the scenes with UFC, the whole build-up, that was an experience in itself. And then walking out in front of a London crowd, home crowd, especially on that fight night, Usman and Leon, was a hell of a fight as well, so it's even crazy. So even though the fight didn't end potentially how I would have liked it to, it was still a win. But I don't see it. I see it more, this is my true debut now. My first fight in the States, so it is my States debut. But yeah, man, I took away a big chunk of experience from that.
Fighting Armin Petrosian, someone that's going to stand and bang with you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like the matchup?
Yeah, it's an exciting matchup. Like you said, he likes his feet. He's a strong kickboxer, very solid opponent, and he comes to fight. So I think it makes for a hell of a fight on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
How do you see the fight? Do you foresee you guys just standing and banging, or do you feel like it's going to be a mixed martial arts fight and wherever it goes?
Yeah, wherever it goes. Like you said, it's a mixed martial arts fight. You never know what could happen in there. Only time will tell. But I can know for sure that it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger.
And then finally, for me, how many times in your life has somebody come up to you and Leroy Jenkins?
I see it more online than in person, to be honest with you. A couple of times, but yeah, you're the first one in person, so you win that side.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Christian, over here. You just said you're considering this as your true debut, but did you take away any lessons from that last fight in London, if you did take away any?
Yeah, even though it was a short 2 minutes, we still watched back the fight, broke it down from both sides, my side, his side, and took adjustments from it. I think even though it was a short time, you can still take a lot away if you really look into the fight. And as I said, the whole experience with fight week, I took that in my pocket too.
And you actually used to play basketball when you were younger before you picked up on MMA. Yeah. You mentioned before that your close friend who competed in MMA captivated your interest. What about this sport really sparked your interest and made you say, yeah, I want to pursue this?
I think it's more the individualism and the freedom that you have in the cage. Obviously, with basketball, it's a team sport, so you're restricted in doing certain things. You always have to think about another person, if it's going to affect the team or if it's going to affect something that could happen in the game. It's similar. You have to think about what's happening in the fight, but you have a lot more freedom and to express yourself and to let loose. So I think my creativity that I brought into basketball even more so worked well in MMA just because of the freedom that I'm allowed to have in the cage.
And last one for me, obviously the mixed martial arts scene out in the UK keeps growing every day.
Yeah.
What would it mean for you and your people if you were to have your hands on a UFC belt one day?
I think, yes, it's an unspeakable word, man. I'll believe that when the time does come that it's going to be a lot of noise in the UK, man, especially from the local supporters. And coming from a small city, I know that they're behind me all the way. So, yeah, man, I look forward to that time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any part of you bummed that you're not fighting in London?
Say again?
Is any part of you annoyed that you're not fighting in London in July?
It would have been nice, hometown, local. But at the same time, coming out to the US, it's an experience in itself. I've never been out here. I've never been able to fight out here. So I think this is a big experience too. And London will definitely come again.
Right here, brother. Say the decision or the fight goes your way Saturday night. Do you plan on exploring Vegas at all?
We're flying out Sunday morning, so there's not really much time, but there's always the future. I'll come back when I'm not on business. My mind's in a different place right now. I'm not thinking about all that stuff there, but yeah, definitely want to come out here and explore properly.
I feel that, bro. But I mean, what better place to have an all-nighter than Las Vegas?
Then Vegas, right? Yeah. We'll see. Time will tell. We'll see how it plays out.
Appreciate it.